Wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up! Up you wake, up you wake, up you wake, up you wake! This is Mr. Senior Love Daddy, your voice of choice. The world's only 12-hour strong man on the air. Here on We Love
Films
108 FM. The last on your dial, but first in your hearts. And that's the truth. Root. Here I am. Am I here? You know it. You know. This is Mr. Senior Love Daddy doing the nasty to your ears to the nasty. Eyes only play the platters that matter, the matters they platter. And that's the truth. Root.
From the heart of Bed-Stuy, you're listening to We Love
Films.
Doing the yin and the yang, the hip and the hop, the stupid fresh thing, the flippity flop.
Movies. We watch movies. You listen to us talk about movies that we watched without you.
It's beautiful.
Thanks. Now this is podcasting.
Let me go on the record and just say, Connor Riesenhofer can suck my butt.
Dang!
He said that we like Guillermo del Toro and talk like this, and he's 100% correct.
Best movie I ever saw.
Can you guys do that voice the whole podcast?
Yeah,
What do you mean? I usually do a voice during the podcast.
I like the fairy tale aspects of the movie.
Mine just kind of sounds more like a Walt Jr.
No.
Breakfast. Why is Connor being such a bitch?
Oh my god.
But for real though, do you think we sucked Guillermo del Toro's dick?
No!
Neither do
Not
I.
at all.
Hey, if you want to complain about something, Connor, how about on our Star Wars episode, us taking an hour and a half before we started about the Star Wars movie, and then spent another hour talking about that? If you want to burn us appropriately.
Yeah, Connor. And how about you hop off the Nintendo Switch's nuts? It's not even that good of a gaming system.
Whoa,
the
okay.
graphics are not good.
Hey, Spencer.
In defense of Connor, can I jump in?
Go ahead.
You can come in right after this. In defense of Connor, he does not play any video games.
That's true. I don't know why he's on a video game podcast. Like,
it's a good
It was kind of
point.
an Austin mandate, that was. That was like Austin wanted him on.
Austin wanted his mandate.
He wanted his mandate with Connor.
Could have done better.
Because I've had a few good, people who knew about video games, and he's like, not cute enough. And Connor came by, and Austin was like, we need him on every day.
We need to settle.
Yeah. That's what happened.
So, Trey, I have a present for you.
You do?
Yeah, I got you a little Christmas present.
I got you guys a present, too. So we're going to do a present exchange.
you're going to do a little gift exchange?
Here's your cards.
Okay.
I don't have either of y'all's presents yet.
There you go.
But I'm
All
going
right.
to...
We'll tease it ahead. It'll be good. We'll do it for sweeps.
Yeah,
Trey?
sweeps month.
Trey,
Yeah.
if you could pretend like I just handed you a present.
Oh, thanks, Spencer.
Actually, I do have your present, Trey.
Oh, thanks, Spencer. Thanks
Here
for
it
the
is.
present.
What do you think of it?
Oh, it's amazing, Spencer. It's just what I wanted, and also it's a total surprise.
Here we go. Trey, don't look in this until we've done it correctly.
It's a little
goofy horse.
I know. I knew you would like that.
Oh, it's got a really long, sweet note.
It has a sweet note.
Oh.
What?
Trey, you gave me a very nice note.
Oh,
A
yeah.
very nice card and
A
money
receipt.
to go see films.
Yeah, I gave you some money to go see films.
Thank you, Trey.
Yeah,
This is very sweet.
No problem.
I'd like to go on the record again.
Are
This
we
podcast.
are we recording right now?
Yeah, we're recording.
This is two on the records, one podcast.
Uh-huh.
Trey's the nicest boy alive.
No, it's not true.
It is.
Oh.
Let me just put that down.
All right,
Well, you guys
on the
come up,
record.
every week and take time out of your day to come up here and do this podcast, and I really appreciate that, and I appreciate your friendship. Not to get all fluffy and all that, but it's tough with the overnight stuff. It's all my friends have moved to Fort Worth. It's tough to see people, and it's been really cool to get to know you guys this past year and get to hang out with you guys, and you guys let me into your crew. and get to meet all your friends and your girlfriends, your wives, and so it's been a real good few months, and I really appreciate it. It's been fun.
Well, it's been an excellent year. I'm glad I was the newest addition. I guess you all had a thing going here, and you let me join.
Yeah,
so I appreciate you all
100%.
bringing me on board.
Yeah,
and I like where the friendship is, and I like where it's going.
Yeah, it's all going to go downhill from now, though. It's going to get
That's what I'm saying. I like where it's going, as in I'm trying to actively lose all my friends.
Yes.
So Trey, how about you peek in that bag and see what it got you?
If you can describe it.
Go ahead and pop that bad boy open.
It looks like a mask of some kind. It looks like some kind of Star Wars character.
Oh yeah, which Star Wars character? Is it?
Someone from.
Say it as how the character would say it.
Miso Jaja.
Hey,
it's a Jar Jar mask.
Yeah, realistic rubber Jar Jar mask.
Perfect for Halloween.
Yeah, so
it's movie quality realistic.
Yeah, you look almost as good as the real Jar Jar.
Take a picture of this during the podcast. I'm gonna wear this the whole time. Hey.
All right, hold on. Give me a. All right, I'm sending that to you.
In the spirit of what we were just saying, can you say with the mask on, "Me's a friend"?
Me's a friend.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow! It's like the real Jar Jar.
Thank
right
you,
here.
Senator.
Senator.
All right. It's a Jar Jar man. Where'd you find this?
The internet has
all
kinds of things.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful, but horrifying at the same time. It's staring at me. I don't know if I can put the bag.
Yeah. So, Merry Christmas, Trey.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all.
Thank God we can say Christmas again.
Boy, is it a relief.
Because
God.
I was living in fear of saying Christmas.
Yes.
And now we can finally say it. So, this is Super FilmsCast 64, if you haven't noticed already. Do we really need to say it's... Obviously, people are clicking to listen, right?
Right.
So, but it's formality.
Formality? Yeah. I guess so.
Yeah. Who are you?
I'm Spencer Hall. Oh. This is FilmsCast.
I'm Adam Fullerton, and this is FilmsCast.
I'm Trey Mitchell, and this is FilmsCast.
Wow, we all did it.
We did.
Trey, what have you been watching?
So I watched a little movie called Whiplash the other day.
Mm-hmm. Whiplash, the drumming movie.
The drumming movie with Miles Teller, who I don't see how girls think he's attractive.
Is he?
Girls love him, right? Like he's like a hunk or something?
I'm not sure that's a thing.
I think you can say girls love him as in more than one girl thinks he's a hunk.
I've heard girls like go over him, like fawn over him. But it's like the nerdy girls, like the, really large girls.
The ones who are super into drumming?
Yeah.
Right.
Because, I don't know.
I think he's a handsome guy, probably.
He had like scars all over his neck. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, he's all scarred up. He's an everyman.
Yeah. He is an everyman. If all I could say is if that's a model for attractiveness, I should be swarming in ladies right now.
Well, yeah, ladies just came running in here.
Oh, hey, ladies. Oh.
Yeah. When the legend of superhero Trey gets out on the wire,
when they hear about the damsels,
yeah,
all the
so Whiplash, was that what were you watching it for the first time?
Yeah, it was the first time watching it.
And did you enjoy how a movie that is every sports movie that was ever made, got Oscar contention when it was about music instead of sports?
That's interesting. Well, Rocky got, but it was right. Yeah. Yeah, that's funny.
But like the J.K. Simmons character is just like a high school football coach.
He reminded me of Bobby Knight mixed with Lee Army from Full Metal Jacket. Yeah, it reminded me of like Bob Knight mixed with him. I thought it's a great movie.
It's a really good movie.
I think it has a really interesting message too. The whole, or not even a message, more of just a thought of, pushing yourself to succeed and being stuck and, what makes greatness? Is it because I feel like we all get kind of stuck in our own monotony, and we don't really push ourselves. And does an artist need someone to push him to that extreme? Is J.K. Simmons doing the right thing, even though it's horribly abusive? Is that the right thing, even though people? What are you looking at?
I don't know. I'm just not sure we're recording.
No, we're obviously recording.
Okay, I'm incorrect.
Yeah, you're incorrect.
I don't know this technology. I'm sorry.
It's all good. Yeah. No, it made me think, and I think it did the thing where the best villain is a villain that thinks that they are right.
Helping. Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
And that was 100% what he was.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he was trying to make the next whoever.
I don't know.
Oh, guess who just walked past us?
Who?
Connor.
Oh.
You want to get him in here?
Connor Risen
Yeah,
Goober?
let's get him in
Hold
here.
on.
Here, go grab him.
I'm afraid he's probably heard me say mean things.
No, it's fine. We'll get him in here.
He's
Hold
too
on.
cute.
Are we live?
Yeah, we're live.
Let's. I will say though, I think you could say Darth Vader is the best movie villain, and he knows he's wrong. He knows he's just doing evil things.
Yeah.
So, I think there is a case for. There are good villains who don't think they're right. They just think
they're
more
the
fun
hero
to do
of their own
bad
story.
stuff.
Yeah, but they're the hero of their own story. That's the whole.
I think it's definitely more realistic, whereas there are a lot of movies where it's just like people are bad to be bad.
Yeah, like Sauron,
Yeah, but if they're advancing an agenda that is more so like, hey, I think this is what's best.
Yes.
And complex. I think it's much better.
Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Oh, he's going.
Trey's going to get another damsel. Wow.
Wow, Connor. What kind of damsel's name is Connor?
Oh, it's a beautiful one.
This is a real 2017 story.
Oh, for sure.
It did Guillermo del Toro's nuts. They tasted delicious.
Look who's here.
When I freaking sucked on his own
Look,
nuts.
it's Connor. It's his
Connor
premiere on the FilmsCast.
Wow.
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
We're doing pretty good.
I'm going to be honest with
is
you.
Guillermo here?
I'm going to be honest with you, Connor. I've got a bone to pick with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think you were a little bit rude on your end of your Gamescast.
To you guys,
episode.
or to Guillermo, or to The Shape of Water, or to water in general?
Mostly to us.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Guillermo's in a situation where his feelings are going to get hurt, but mine were.
What's your name again?
That's Spencer and that's Adam. You don't listen to the podcast?
That was a spit take because I can't believe.
Good God.
I'm just asking a simple question.
Jeez.
I'm essentially a coworker. My name is Spencer.
Well, it's great to meet you.
Great to meet you.
Great to meet you. Yeah, good.
I mean,
Great
I
to
wish
meet
it
you.
was. I wish it were under
Better circumstances.
circumstances.
I mean, these are the best circumstances. I'm going to go see The Shape of Water now. You guys convince me.
No, you didn't. He's not going to see it. He was.
I'm
totally
gonna see
not
it.
saying
convince you.
that.
We haven't
No.
even begun our Shape of Water discussion.
Yeah.
yet.
I mean, you guys piqued my interest with the Shape of Water talk about how it's going to win everything last week. So
You're interested in the lady fucking the fish.
I am. It's my kind of movie.
Yeah, go enjoy it.
You should see it. You should really see
You
it.
should see it, Connor.
I probably will see it.
Okay?
Against my better judgment, I probably will see it.
Yeah.
And I'll just imagine that Trey is the fish person.
Okay.
And then who's the lady?
Yeah, who's the lady?
Or you just want to see Trey?
Austin's the lady.
Austin's the lady. Yeah.
Okay.
Connor clearly the Octavia Spencer.
Yeah.
Earlier
pretty
today,
much.
Trey did describe Austin as his girlfriend.
No, when?
At like 5 this morning.
I was drunk. I don't remember that.
Well, you totally did. You
I
said,
did not.
yeah, because you said, my girlfriend Austin.
I said that?
Yeah.
No. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that.
Don't be sorry.
Did you know that earlier this week Trey said that he matched his sister on Tinder?
No, I didn't match her. I saw her on Tinder.
I'm sorry.
I saw her. When
What?
He saw her in his matches.
Yeah, she like popped up.
Which sister?
Jenna, the one who's like 22.
Okay.
The cute one.
I thought we were talking about like the 16-year-old
No,
sister.
no, not that one.
Yeah, that's fine, as long as it's not an underage sister.
I believe also 2 weeks ago, Trey did refer to himself as the Roy Moore of the Super Games
Well,
cast.
Connor, that's never happened, and it's been fun having you.
I think what Trey meant was he never gives up. He never concedes.
No, I never.
And
concede.
he has a lawyer
and
who is a Jew.
I have a Jew lawyer. Yes.
Exactly. Okay, cool.
A Jew lawyer. Yeah.
All right. Well, it was nice to meet you guys.
Oh, you're leaving?
El Capitan.
You're leaving?
I got to go work.
The hell?
What do you mean?
Connor, what do you do?
I work for the station.
What station?
Specifically.
I work for Trey.
He does.
Trey's my boss.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm his Jew lawyer.
Oh.
Wait.
And with that, I'm going to go see The Shape of Water.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Connor.
Bye,
you.
Connor. Keep my name out your mouth.
Damn.
That was a treat.
That was a treat. See,
crossover.
Crazy stuff happens on Super Games Cast and FilmsCast 64.
This is a special episode.
This is a special holiday episode of Super. Maybe Austin might stop by. Who knows?
I would be surprised.
Yeah.
What else did you watch, Trey?
So I watched about 40 minutes of The Fellowship of the Ring before I passed out. Sleep.
Oh, I thought it was just like a little too intense.
No, it just...
They were like leaving the Shire, and you were like, "No, don't do
My
it."
heart rate was continually
Too
rising
much.
to the point of exhaustion.
It was too much. No, I fell asleep.
Okay.
But it's a magical little movie. You know,
It's how does it hold up? At least the 40 minutes that you saw.
I think it still holds up. I
Like
think
visually, it came out around the same
Yeah.
time as the prequels.
Yeah, no, it's well. The thing is they used a lot of practical effects, a lot of
Right.
tricks in camera, and it still looks great.
Yes.
Especially like the stuff in Hobbiton. It looks beautiful. That whole movie looks beautiful, and it still holds up. I didn't really get to many of the big, epic, more CGI things, but from what I was watching, it still holds up because again, it's all in camera, and the music is beautiful, and the scenery is beautiful, and Ian McKellen is so amazing as Gandalf, especially in Fellowship. I think it becomes a little too too kind of militant in the next two. Kind of becomes more serious, but that first one, he's like your grandfather. He's like a jolly old friend, and he's so good in that. Yeah.
So Trey, you know more about Lord of the Rings lore than I do, but there are lots of different like species and such that are mythical in the series, right?
Sure.
Right, in the world.
Sure.
Which of those species are you most sexually attracted to?
Probably the elves.
Yeah.
You know, you got Evangeline Lilly, Liv Tyler. Well, I guess Evangeline Lilly too. She was in the
She is in it.
prequels. Yeah, they're the more sexual beings.
And they
Though
live
who
forever.
wouldn't want to fuck a hobbit?
Rosie? That's the one with Sam, right?
Yeah, Rosie.
Yeah.
Rosie.
He's like dying, and he's like, all I wanted to do was fuck
Rosie.
Rosie.
Yeah.
It's
And
not
he-
too much to ask.
And he just cries to Frodo about how bad he wanted to have sex with this girl back home. It's relatable.
It is relatable. We all have a Rosie.
Did you watch anything else?
No.
Must have seen at least one other movie.
Oh yeah, Shape of Water.
Shape of Water, which is our topic of discussion
Topic
this week.
Yeah, one of the topics of
One of-
discussion.
Also, probably the best movie ever made.
It's the best one ever made. It's gonna win all the awards. Top movie. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're also gonna do our awards ceremony thing.
Yes, we will.
So, what have you guys been watching? What have you been watching, Adam?
I watched a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I had a plan to watch a lot, and I didn't.
So Shape of Water, I watched. Did I talk about Truman Show last time?
No.
I watched.
you didn't.
I watched Truman Show
First time
after
or rewatch?
Rewatch
Okay.
after because the Jim and Andy doc.
Yeah.
I wanted to because a lot of it's about Jim and Andy, but I feel a great portion of it is also him talking about how Truman Show and how it affected his thing. And it was Jim Carrey's first kind of serious role.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Before
I feel like I hadn't seen it in forever.
Right.
So that was cool. He is one of just a handful of Oscars of actors to win the Golden Globe for Best Actor Drama and then not even be nominated for an Oscar.
That's interesting.
Yeah, that's
which I
interesting.
think is probably based on his reputation more so than anything else at that point.
Yeah, Oscars are. It seems the Golden Globes is a little more lenient on awarding certain people. Like
a little bit less pretentious.
Yeah, exactly. The Oscars, I feel like, is just so effing up their own ass about everything. You know, I know they nominated Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow. Didn't he? He won for that.
Did he?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
And
that,
Golden
but I would-
Globes.
right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
Golden
wouldn't be
Globes did.
surprised.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean that was back when that was like the big deal.
Yeah.
And then I mean they've nominated a bunch of sci-fi movies, and I mean I guess the Oscars have as well, but I don't get why sci-fi doesn't win more in the Oscars or win it all, because it's never won. But I would argue that sci-fi movies are probably the best kinds of movies, like especially when it goes into sort of more. I think you can do a lot with metaphor and more with kind of statements on our culture, statements on the world, statements on politics, religion, that stuff with science fiction than other movies.
Yeah,
I don't see why it doesn't win more.
I also saw I, Tonya.
Yeah,
I watched that this week, and
how was that?
It's a lot of fun. You're talking about Whiplash. It's very similar to Whiplash in Allison Janney's character, who's her mom. And I thought she was awesome in it. The guys, Galooly and the other dude, are just kind of idiot criminals, which is something that I like to see more in movies, because a lot of times criminals are kind of made out to be like, oh, they're these geniuses who hatched this master plan.
I mean, you got that with
have...
Logan Lucky, kind of.
Right,
yeah,
exactly. But these,
But
where
yeah, I
it's
hear
just
what
like,
you're saying.
even in Logan Lucky, like
They got away with it.
Yeah,
right,
true.
and Daniel Craig knew a whole bunch of
Yeah.
stuff, and they had a perfect plan all put together.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But a lot of times, guys who commit, and maybe it's probably because this is a real movie, these guys were just idiots
A
who
real
didn't do
movie?
anything. I mean, it's a movie about real events.
I mean, every movie is a real movie.
Right, you're correct.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Sebastian Stan plays this like horrible, awful dude, but his face, I think, is very likable.
Yeah, I kept on thinking how cute he was.
All I could think about was how cute he. Also, in his like present day interview form, he's dressed up like David Cross.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I thought it.
He looks a lot like David Cross.
I thought he was an analrapist or something.
Right? Yeah, he looks a lot like Tobias Funke from Arrested Development. I think Margot Robbie's really, really good in it.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
And it's one of the more fun movies that I would see. And if you're going to watch an award movie, that one's very...
It's a good award
That's
movie.
a good like award movie that you could take someone
I guess
who's
why is
not
it
like...
becoming an award movie? Why is it being talked about as an award movie?
Mostly because of the performances.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's not going to be a Best Picture nominee or anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
But if you want to take someone to see a movie that is going to be interesting, and also like a movie that is going to be up for awards, I would take them to see that over another movie I saw, like Call Me by Your Name.
You saw that?
I saw it. It's really, really good, and Timothée Chalamet is great, and Armie Hammer's pretty good. But it's just like it's a slog. Like it's a long emotional movie, and that's not a problem. It's just more of a kind of like Oscar movie that you kind of hear about. It's super relaxing because it's all about just a summer in Italy, and they're just like swimming all the time and just kind of hanging out, and they're just going to all these beautiful places.
If they weren't gay, it would just be a bro hanging out,
Right, but they are gay.
Yeah, very gay.
Well, the most gay. No, he ends up marrying a woman in the end. Spoiler alert.
Oh, way to spoil
Armie
it.
Hammer marries a woman.
Yeah. Isn't that kind of what happened with Brokeback Mountain?
Yeah.
Where it's kind of...
And then you got you get to see some boobies,
Yeah.
some boobers in there.
That's for the boyfriends who had to drag the girl in, yeah.
Right, yeah. So he goes, and he's still, like, messing around with chicks. He's not, like, so gay,
Yeah, just a little bit.
Just for
a summer.
Right.
It's Italy, come on.
Yeah, exactly.
Who hasn't been gay in Italy?
He's Italy gay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then the dad is played by, is it Schulberg? Michael Schulberg?
Mm-hmm.
He's the guy who played the Russian doctor in Shape of Water.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Michael
yeah.
Stolberg. and he's really, really good. And I haven't seen him get nominated for anything, but he gives a speech at the end that's like so good.
Yeah.
And he's in The Post, I guess, as well.
The Post.
Wow.
And so he's supposed to be really good in that too. So he's pretty freaking good.
His
in
agent
3 movies.
just nailed it this year.
Yeah.
Well, I almost on the awards thing. I didn't do this award, but I was thinking about like the Gleasons, like those guys in the last 3 years have just been popping up everywhere.
Wait, there are multiple Gleasons?
There's 2 Gleasons,
Zamhel
and his brother, the lesser known
Humdahl.
Gleason, Humdahl. Both of them were in Mother.
Zamhel and Humdahl.
Both of them were in Mother. They play Cain and Abel.
Oh, okay.
Those are 2. Yeah, they're brothers.
Okay. That's interesting. I didn't know there was another Gleason.
I kind of read a thing on it. Like it was a film school rejects, and they had some 20 things I noticed in 2017. It was about those 2 guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I also watched the entirety of Big Little Lies, the HBO miniseries, which was really good.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's about bitchy little moms. And then
Bitchy
also
little
spousal abuse.
A lot about spousal abuse.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah,
But it was good. Yeah, I like that too.
Cool. What have you been watching, Spence?
Let's see. Shape of Water.
Shape of Water.
And then yesterday we saw Downsizing with my mom.
Okay.
Lexi and I went. And that was one of the more disappointing movies because I think it's an awesome concept that was just so poorly executed because it just tonally is all over the place. Can't decide if it's going to be serious or satirical.
What was the gist of the movie?
The gist of the movie is science has advanced to the point where you can shrink human beings to be about 5 inches tall. And reasons are, one, when they're this small, they produce way less waste and produce way less, just carbon monoxide, whatever. So it's good for the planet. And also, when you're that small, things are smaller, so you can afford these insane lifestyles, for a 1,000th of the cost. So people do it to save the earth and live a better lifestyle.
Why don't they do that to poor people?
So there's
is that the whole point of the movie?
There's plenty of that. And it's it's a really cool concept that could have been well executed, but all of a sudden Matt Damon is a terrible actor. His performance was just absolutely awful. And
I could kind of tell that by the trailers.
And it's I feel like the teaser trailer got me really excited. And then there was an extended trailer that I'm oh, this is the way they took this. That's disappointing. And then I watched the movie, and it was very disappointing.
Now, in the trailer, Matt Damon gets shrunk, and then he pulls up his sheet and looks at his penis, and then kind of rolls his head back. And I'm not sure if it's relieved that his penis was not shrunk extra, or he's disappointed because it was.
No, they forgot to shrink his penis.
Oh, okay. Oh no.
Jeez.
So there are plenty of scenes where he's just tripping over it.
Oh, that's good.
Oh, really?
No, they shrunk his ween. He was just happy it made it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's weird. There are parts of the movie that's really cool, the details that they include as far as the procedure, the shrinking procedure. That are oh yeah, they take out all of their teeth that have cavities. And then there's cool messages as far as the people who are poor who get shrunk and they're still poor. But the movie basically couldn't decide what it wanted to be. And then so that was Downsizing, and then I also saw Tonya last night. I saw 2 movies last night in theaters because what can I say? I'm a co-host on a films podcast.
Yeah.
Love seeing just spending my whole day in the theaters.
You both went to go see that?
Yeah, we saw that. And I thought that was just another that was up there as far as ensemble performances. That and 3 Billboards I thought were 2 of, and then Shape of Water also for that matter. Some of the best as far as just every actor really knocking it out of the park with their performance.
My mom and my sisters went to go see Lady Bird last night, and I did not go. I don't know if I was missing anything or not.
Listen, we're gonna go over our movies of the year.
Okay.
So we'll let you know then, I guess.
I mean, I know you guys talked about it. It was like I was like, oh, you probably should go see it, but I just did not feel like going to see it.
I really liked it.
Okay.
There's like part of the emotional pull I think Adam had mentioned where it's it's geared towards like mothers and daughters. But even without that direct kind of click, I thought it was a really good, real feeling movie.
Okay.
Yeah, it's really well written. I think, real, I think, is the best way to describe it.
Yeah. Even though like there are plenty of characters that are like caricatures, like Timothée Chalamet's character is like not realistic, but it's like a person who was like that.
Kind of like that.
Right. I might have to wait till that comes out on DVD.
Yes.
Oh.
See how I...
What are you doing with your fingers,
Oh,
Trey?
No, nothing at all with my fingers.
Oh,
nothing.
interesting.
Don't worry about it.
No, I would say you're probably not missing anything.
Okay.
With it, because it's not going to be like super exciting,
right?
I guess, but it is really good. And if it is something that you feel like watching an emotional movie, I would say it's a very, very good choice.
And you might tell by my list, I think just in the last few years, I've geared a lot more towards science fiction. And I just some things I'm just like not into. I just don't feel like seeing it. And I feel like I should give Lady Bird a chance, but I just don't. I didn't feel like taking. And also I passed out last night, sleeping. But I just didn't feel like going to the theater and sitting down for an hour and a half to watch it.
Yeah,
which is maybe a bad.
So
thing.
Spencer, going back, I don't mean to go back too far, but with Downsizing, Christoph Waltz.
Yeah, how is he?
He is
good actor.
Christoph Waltz. It really.
Because I feel like his performances range wildly from being the greatest actor to like, why is this guy doing anything?
I think seeing Christoph Waltz in other movies speaks to how great of a director Tarantino is.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Because Waltz is fantastic in Tarantino movies and then just bonkers bad in other movies.
Do you think do they try to kind of give him that?
They ham it up with him.
Yeah,
big time.
I think definitely a good script and a good director probably helps an actor out really well because I could see how he can become. Oh, please just do Hans Landis.
Right, because that's the thing. Like his characters are pretty outlandish in Tarantino movies, but it's not. You don't think, oh, this is a insane performance, whereas he's in the same vein in like Big Eyes and in now this movie, but it's like this guy is insane. Like, and it's. I don't know. It's just this weird disconnect that Tarantino's able to write it into a great character and other directors or writers can't.
That's interesting. He needs to just stick with Tarantino. Just do Tarantino movies.
Pretty much.
Mm-hmm. Has he what other movie has he been good in?
Good in?
Besides like anything Tarantino.
I can't remember if I liked him in the Bond movie. What was that?
I didn't.
Yeah.
In
he hasn't really been good in
because he was really bad in Big Eyes.
Did you hate Big Eyes? I
hated Big Eyes. Big Eyes may be my most disappointing movie of all time.
Adam hated it until he watched it every day for a week.
Okay, yeah, Austin told me that. Austin told me that very early on the podcast that you lost a bet or something.
Yeah, I lost a fantasy football game and had to watch it every day for a week.
Yep.
Which is not the way to watch a movie.
No, not at all.
Especially not a bad movie.
Yeah, one you hate.
But that's I started watching The Big Sick kind of late and
have you
fell asleep?
Oh yeah.
And I really liked what I was watching, so I'll finish that. It's on Amazon
really good.
Prime.
Really good.
And not only is it on Amazon Prime, it's also on Pornhub.
That's right.
Is
that
according
news?
to no, I didn't put it in there. But Kumail Nanjiani, the writer and star of that movie, said that, hey, someone uploaded our movie to Pornhub. It's in the interracial section, which the movie is about a Pakistani man marrying a white girl.
Very cute white girl.
And
I would date her.
Even you? Yeah. With all the damsels?
All the damsels I have to save.
Yeah, and then Pornhub got back to him, and they were like, I'm sorry, we're looking up The Big Sick everywhere, and we can't find it on Christmas Day. And Kumail was like, no, I wasn't complaining. This is amazing.
Please leave it.
Yeah, just leave it there. He seems like a guy who would get a kick out of something like that. Yeah.
But that's all I can. I might be forgetting something, but those are what I saw.
Mm-hmm.
was a good week.
Yeah, I feel like I was about to have a good week, and it turned into a bad week.
And then we got Phantom Thread coming up this Friday, I think.
Uh-huh.
So that's exciting.
And The Post is out already,
The
right?
Post.
Well, The Post is out in
Select theaters.
So.
You know, I think we missed a movie. Did we talk about Jumanji?
We
at
did
all?
miss Jumanji because we missed all the movies that came out on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Because it was a Monday. And
Oh,
it wasn't-
God.
I need to
coming
admit
up.
something to you
Oh, wait,
guys.
in this...
Hey,
this
I kind of really want to see Jumanji.
I
It's
think Jumanji looks interesting.
It's
Yeah.
getting decent reviews,
Uh-huh.
and I am a huge rock fan, so
Yeah.
I will probably
And
see Jumanji.
My guilty pleasure actor is probably Jack Black.
I think Jack Black's character looks
Yes.
funny in it. I think
Yeah.
Kevin Hart looks pretty funny in it.
Uh-huh.
I'm interested.
It's about a video game, and I'm, you know, and then the trailer
It's about
they
a
had
video
an
game this time?
and
Yeah, they get
it's
sucked into a
I don't
video
like
game.
that.
Okay.
But I kind of like that because
It's
I
it's
totally
modernizing it.
written
I don't
that
care.
as a skit.
I mean, like, Jumanji is not so, like,
No,
critical
no,
to
no.
the fabric of our youth.
No.
that
I kind of want to see it bad.
All right, so do we want to let's get into the box office stuff.
Let's
And
do the
then
box
news.
office stuff, the news.
So Star Wars, number one.
Oh,
99
called it. I won.
$99 million,
Mhm.
but it was
went down, right?
It was the biggest drop-off of any Star Wars movie ever.
Man, there has been some backlash. Like, there are people who
it's-
are not happy.
it's probably because, I mean, when you're making that much money, you have to be getting, like, repeat viewers,
Uh-huh.
and, like, super fans were so pissed off that they probably got a significant decrease in repeat viewers,
Yes,
I'm imagining.
I can see that.
And also, I think there's a big push to not have it spoiled, where Star Wars is something where spoilers will come out,
Mm-hmm.
and so people are going to see it opening weekend, and then
Spoiling it.
But well, not necessarily spoiling it, but to avoid spoilers, they go opening weekend as
Yeah.
opposed to normal movies where you're like, oh, maybe I'll catch it next week if it's not as big of a.
Yeah.
So there's not as big of a drop off, essentially. And also, I think there may be a little Star Wars fatigue
Yes.
because this is the third movie in 3 years,
Yeah.
and so kind of the novelty for the people who are kind of on the fringe may be wearing off. And we get another one in 4 months, 5 months.
Oh, it comes out in the summer?
Yeah,
Oh,
the Han
Jesus
Solo movie's
Christ.
coming out.
Oh, I didn't realize
Are we going to rewatch them all again?
God,
Got to. Well,
We
we'll
have to
we'll
every
rewatch,
time.
We'll rewatch Rogue One, and then we'll start
don't even wanna do
ranking
that.
our
The Star Wars stories.
I don't want to even do that, honestly.
Great. Well, then we won't.
all right. Jumanji came in second with
Yep.
36 million.
And I'm guessing none of us took that.
None of us took it because we didn't have it.
I might
Third
go see
was
Jumanji tonight.
Pitch Perfect 3.
Who guessed that one?
I think I did, didn't I?
That was Spencer.
Oh, wow.
Boom.
So Spencer did, and
So I don't have to watch Bright.
that is our payoff. That
Have
we
you? Did you see the thing I sent you? The little picture where it was. It showed the Rotten Tomato. Now, the Rotten Tomatoes is weird. I don't think people really understand the score, as because I saw. If you look at the Rotten Tomatoes, the score is different than the average score.
Right. It's
If you look at
it's
the-
a percentage positive and
Yeah.
negative.
But anyway, they showed the percentage. It was like for Star Wars. It was like 93% from the critics and like 58% or like less than that from the fans. And they showed Bright,
30%, yeah.
and it was like 38% from the critics and like 90% from the fans.
all I have seen about Bright on Facebook and stuff is people destroying it.
Really, I've seen. Here's the thing. I subscribe to some groups that are very video game focused. Now, what you get with that are people who have good taste in video games and shitty taste in movies and TV. And so I'm seeing a lot of positive. But again, these people have shitty tastes in movies and TV. So I got no clue.
Right. I mean, I'm going to be completely honest. Even though one of you will have to watch it as punishment
Oh, one of us.
because I
Well, yeah,
won
because he won this week.
Oh,
this
okay.
week.
So Spencer's we have one more week in this
okay.
year.
I might watch it still, just
Yes.
because
Yeah.
there is something. I mean, I think we've made it abundantly clear. There's something about watching really bad movies that
Yeah.
is still enjoyable.
Yes.
So I'm interested to
Watching
see
a
if this
movie
is,
really isn't punishment.
like it's not something. I don't think this will have the same value as something like The Room, but it's like I'm so glad I watched The Circle, the worst movie
I still want
I
to
have
see The
ever
Circle.
seen in theaters, just for the fact that I know that I can say that's the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Mhm.
In case you guys don't know, Bright is a Netflix movie, their biggest budget movie of all time.
Oh, I thought
And
it was a TV show.
Will
like, part of
Smith.
being-
No.
Just a movie?
It's just
Yeah.
a movie.
Yes, Will Smith and
Will-
Joel
Say it
Edgerton.
like how you say it, though.
Film?
No. A movie.
Is that how I say
Yeah,
it?
so you say it like a movie sometimes. It's kind of funny.
Movie?
Yeah, it's like
Do
a
I
movie.
say that? I don't know.
You do. Totally do.
Oh.
I didn't know if it was a bit you were
I
doing or
didn't know.
not.
I've never noticed.
Really?
It. Oh,
Do you
well,
notice
there
that, Spencer?
I'm gonna not really.
You sometimes go movie.
Movie?
He sounds sort of like Katharine Hepburn or something.
Yeah, a little
maybe?
bit. I don't know. I don't know. It's something I've noticed. I guess you
Okay.
haven't noticed. All right.
I haven't.
Cool.
But it's with.
Sorry.
It's Will Smith, and he is with his like alien orc.
Right.
But it's a buddy cop movie where there's like an orc, but it's like racism.
Oh,
There's racial
you get it?
tensions between these like fairy people and humans.
Yeah.
Haven't they done that like 1,000 times before, though? Like, isn't that not really a new kind of idea?
But not as terribly as this.
Okay.
Yeah, so the sequel's already been okayed by Netflix. Even
Because
though-
anything is okayed by now.
Yep.
Right.
Pretty much.
even though people are saying it's like the worst movie of 2017.
I'm sure they're
A
making
lot.
money on it though. Or like I'm sure it's one of the more watched movies still on their platform.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, that Adam Sandler one was also because
They are.
Because after every TV show you watch or movie you watch, it goes right to that movie.
Yeah.
And it was everywhere. Yeah.
Okay, so other news. Well, first of all, in box office stuff, not to go too much on it.
God, don't
Yeah.
block.
Downsizing was below Ferdinand and Coco.
Mm-hmm.
It made only $5 million, despite being wide released. Which
Yeah. Wait, so what
not
were
good.
y'all what did y'all take?
I took Downsizing. Trey
Okay.
took Ferdinand.
Okay,
Okay.
so I won there.
Well,
Well,
you
yeah,
didn't
you beat
win,
me, but
but you didn't get a point.
yes. Other news stuff. Well, okay, let's do next week's. Next week, it's Molly's Game, All the Money in the World, and Phantom Thread are all coming out.
Phantom Thread, #1 of the box office.
All right, Trey's.
Nope.
Trey's throwing.
Star Wars.
Okay, I'm also taking Star Wars.
Yeah, I'll take Star Wars as well.
Okay,
And then I will take Jumanji.
Jumanji. I will also take Jumanji.
You know what I'm taking? Jumanji.
Okay,
Safe.
Trey, what are you taking?
What were the new releases?
Molly's Game, All the Money in the World, Phantom
I'm going
Thread.
to put all the money in the world. That's getting heavily promoted. People
It
kind of
is.
know about it because of the whole Kevin Spacey thing. I think that's going to be third.
I'm gonna do Molly's Game.
Okay. What's Molly's Game about?
That's the one where Jessica Chastain has all the cleavage and runs
Ooh.
the poker game.
Okay.
That it's the Aaron Sorkin movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I was also gonna take Molly's Game.
Okay.
Okay, so that means Spencer and I have to go one deeper.
Mano y mano.
Let's see. After that, I may take probably. I'll do All the Money in the World after
Okay.
that.
I'll also do All the Money in the World.
Okay, and then I'll do
Oh,
Pitch
no.
Perfect.
Spencer?
I'll also do Pitch Perfect.
Oh, God.
Okay, then I'll do Ferdinand.
He's playing it safe.
I'll also do Ferdinand.
I can't wait till I win.
Okay. And then I'll do Phantom Thread.
I'll also do Phantom
Oh,
Thread.
God.
And then I'll do Coco.
Spencer, do Disaster Artist. You know you want to.
I'll do Justice League.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I also saw Justice League.
Oh,
I
oh, yeah.
forgot to say that, but
That's enough
Batman.
talk.
Batman wears tiny glasses.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you not like it?
It's way better than Batman vs Superman, but
Okay.
it's not a good movie by any stretch of
Yeah.
the imagination. The Henry Cavill's CGI lip thing is insane. Like, so in case you don't know, they had to CGI out his mustache for reshoots
It
that he
looks
grew
so weird.
for Mission Impossible, and it's wild. It is crazy how
I mean,
bad it looks.
I was already pretty excited for Mission Impossible because I really like the Mission Impossible movies. So I'm excited to see how worthy this mustache is that he could not just shave it off.
Apparently, the editors use it for Justice League, took scenes that they had already shot and gave him a full beard to kind of show hey, this is really easy to give people facial hair as opposed to take it away.
Yeah.
And they said that making Jason Momoa's hair in the water move was 1,000,000 times easier than taking away his mustache. And I can't imagine anything more frustrating than like creating hair floating in water.
Right. I think. Yeah, I can't think. I can see why taking something out is easier than adding it in. But yeah, that's insane that he wouldn't just shave his mustache.
You could probably grow that back easily unless he can't grow facial hair very well.
I couldn't tell you.
What's in the news?
More
Adam?
news.
What's in the news?
You can rent any movie on Google Play for 99 cents until January 2nd.
Any movie?
Any movie.
That's fantastic.
That's on Google
Can
Play.
I download It's Pat?
I couldn't tell you. I don't have it in front of
SNL
me.
movie.
Whether
that came
It's
out in the
Pat.
90s.
I'm aware of It's Pat. I don't know if it's on Google Play.
Okay.
Mad Max sequel's been delayed over that bonus fight that we talked about.
That's insane.
Where the studio didn't pay $7 million for because they said they went over their budget, and George Miller says, "Hey, no, it was your fault for delaying and making us go around."
Can I download Mad Max on Google Play?
I bet you could.
Okay.
George Miller has 2 scripts ready to go, but he's going to hold off and fight.
Yeah, because why would you agree to? He's basically, if he doesn't fight for that bonus, he's just agreeing that, okay, I'm going to make 2 more moves with you, and you're going to shaft me again.
Right.
So what's the point? Like, it's setting an ugly precedent if he doesn't fight for his monies.
And then, have you guys seen the trailers for the 517 to Paris?
No.
Is that a Malaysian airplane?
No, this is
the
new
Lost movie.
No, this is the Clint Eastwood movie about the guys who tackled the terrorist.
Oh
on the train.
yeah.
And it's starring the guys who tackled the terrorists.
The actual
guys are in it. And Clint Eastwood is known for shooting at crazy speeds and with professional actors only doing 2 or 3 takes and being like, okay, yeah, you got it. Which is why, like in Gran Torino, there's a lot of really weird, bad acting in it. Because he just doesn't spend any time, and he'll just be like, oh, yep, we got it, we'll move on.
Get off, man.
And the trailer for that,
I haven't seen
I saw it in front of it. Those guys, hey, good on you guys for tackling a terrorist, but, I mean, it's cool for them to, like, be a part of a movie and do it, but it looks like it could be an insane movie to watch.
Yeah, I'm interested.
Especially because the movie is literally based around a guy pulling out a gun on the train and them tackling him, which takes 2 seconds.
Because there's not
There's going to be more to that. You're going to see like the terrorists like talking in a corner.
Yeah,
I hate America. America is bad. But
the thing is also, if they have the actual guys, like they can't make up very much backstory because then the guys.
Right. It's like it's what you talk about, making movies about people who are still alive.
Yep.
Yeah. Did they have the real terrorists playing their parts too?
No, the real terrorists did not give permission to use their likeness.
They actually waterboard them on the train.
You know, it's got to be, man, I feel bad for Arab or Muslim actors who kind of have to play these parts all the time.
Yeah.
You know, it probably sucks. It's probably like how, you know, black actors having to play like drug dealers all the time. And, you know.
There's also, in the guys that took him down, there was 3 Americans, 1 French guy, and then 1 guy from a German guy, I think. French guy and German guy, not in the movie.
Of course not. This is America.
Just the Marines, please.
Clint Eastwood can
just jingoism at its best.
He's great. He's greatness, man.
Like he had the actual guys play themselves in this 517 to Paris. He played himself in Gran Torino. Racist old asshole.
For sure. So that's the news.
That is the news. All right. So what do you want to do first? Shape of Water?
Let's do Shape of Water first.
Okay,
and then we'll move into our...
I think we can get... I don't think we have to go beat by beat for Shape of Water.
I think it's pretty...
just overall take.
Yeah.
Anything you liked.
So before we get started, I wanna run some things by you.
Okay.
So in the movie, the fish monster, who is the main
Amphibian Man,
is called Amphibian Man.
But never addressed as such.
Never addressed as such in the movie. It's generally called the Asset, but he's credited as Amphibian Man. I came up with a few other names, and I want to see if you guys think this fits.
Ape Sapien.
Fuck Nest Monster.
I like that.
Yep.
Creature from the BBC Lagoon.
What?
Hump Thing.
Hump Thing.
KY Jellyfish. Halibut Stuff. Sardingaling. Great Tight Shark. Hung Like a Seahorse. Smacked at Asserole. Caribides Nuts. Popped at Sharktopus. Knobzilla. Porco Whale. Fit Your Fist in That Kraken. Moby Dick. Poseidon. Cock Lobster. Jar Jar Boinks.
See, this is why he won an award for being funny. That's great.
Just some questions. So, is there one that sticks out to you guys? You want to call him Jar Jar Boinks? That was my personal favorite.
Jar Jar Boinks was pretty good. I liked the one that you spitballed in the theater that you did not put on your list because you already had another Loch Ness.
Is that Put the Pussy on Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I liked that one.
I like that one
It's
too.
a little bit less namey, though. It's more of like a
saying.
A saying.
Yeah.
But so maybe Jar Jar Boinks stands out.
Cock Lobster.
Cock Lobster was great. I need to really sit with them. But all great names.
We need that
Just a
list.
few options.
We need the hard copy of that list.
Okay,
to look over.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so Shape of Water. It is a movie about a mute woman who falls in love with a fish monster.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And spoiler alert, they fuck.
They do fuck.
Yep.
They do, in fact, fuck.
And I gotta say, I was so happy when it happened.
Yeah.
The movie starts and you're pretty unsure of this relationship. It's bizarre. Is this really what's going to happen? And by the time they get down and do the thing, you're so freaking happy for them.
Yeah.
I feel bad for all the neighbors who had to deal with the water damage, but yeah.
I mean, it's mostly just moviegoers.
Yeah, true.
Yes.
Yeah. It can be kind of pretentious, but I do like a movie that has a movie theater in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can kind of dig that. A movie that has a movie theater in the movie. Yeah.
It's based on Guillermo del Toro is known for being a monster movie dude.
Well, isn't it? I heard this. I don't know if this is totally fact, but isn't it? He wanted to make a backstory for Hellboy and Ape Sapien, and he wanted to do this story, and they wouldn't go for it. So he just was like, "Hey, I'm just going to make this."
He's going to do it his own thing.
Yeah.
But it's generally a conceit like Creature from the Black Lagoon or Frankenstein, where girls fall in love with the monster, and this just takes it to the next degree, where they fuck.
They fuck.
I think it's one of those things where you hear about a movie that is about a mute woman falling in love with a aquatic man creature and having sex with him, and you think there's no way that they can get you emotionally invested in that. But I think all of the backstory and all the context they add to every character is so just well-rounded and encapsulating or just captivating.
Yeah.
It was incredibly captivating, and I was so invested in their relationship by the end of the movie in a way that I did not expect to be.
It was a really interesting move to make her mute. And what's the actress's name?
Sally Hawkins.
Sally Hawkins does such a great job of emoting without because it's sort of like watching a foreign language movie with subtitles, and you feel like you heard that person speak English. That's what I mean. Like that's how I felt with this. Like I always could feel like I could feel what she was feeling. I felt I understood what she was feeling. I felt I understood everything I guess she was doing sign language, but I felt like she did a great job of showing every emotion, and you could read her at all times, and you knew what she was thinking at all times.
Yeah,
she did a great job, playing a character who didn't speak at all.
Yeah, Michael Shannon is in this movie, one of Spencer's favorites.
Yeah,
as
your boy,
the main villain.
Yeah,
dude who gets two of his fingers
eaten
off.
That is so del Toro, Guillermo del Toro
Right.
with the fingers.
But
and-
he was
I knew that was
holding
gonna
those
happen,
cards. He was holding those cards until like the
Yeah.
third act.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then it's like, okay, so we're finally getting this Guillermo del Toro gross out
Yeah. He
sequences.
just ripped. I knew he was going to rip the fingers off. For some reason, I knew he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Just rip those fingers
His
off.
fingers just slowly get blacker and
Yeah.
blacker the whole movie.
Mhm.
Which I
And-
thought was a cool way of just showing just the
Yeah.
passing of time and everything.
Yeah, and also having him kind of be hey, I'm a positive thinking guy. I'm the one who's here to get things done, and also have him be the villain and very clearly a bad guy. I think is a really interesting and cool
They
choice.
might have laid on the horribly racist guy, but it was the '60s, and I like it's fine. He's doing well. It's a well written act. Character.
I think I like that because it wasn't with every turn that he was
Right.
being racist.
Yeah.
But when he's presented with, talking to, in this scenario, a black couple or
Yeah.
just a black woman,
Mhm.
it's like clearly showing disrespect. And they also show like the time that they're in with Richard Jenkins'
Yeah. Mhm.
character. And
Dude,
his-
Richard Jenkins
and
was so good.
His performance was amazing.
Oh my god, he's
and
incredible.
his perceived
Yeah.
relationship with the guy at the pie bar.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And showing that, and then showing also that
kind of
same
turn.
guy's
Yeah.
his attitude towards the black
It
customers.
makes
that come
sense
in.
because it was the '60s, and
Right.
it's sort of what it's talking about. It makes
And
total
it's-
sense.
and
Yeah.
I think that adds to the theme of who are the monsters
Right.
in this scenario.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Without being. I mean, there's one point where she
I'm just
says,
nitpicking,
"If
I
we don't
guess.
do anything, we're the monsters."
Yeah.
Like that's the only time it's like telling you.
Yeah.
But I thought that's just it shows the themes run throughout the movie
Yeah.
without being so
I might just be nitpicking.
blatant. No, that's fine.
All right, my question, and this was the first thing I thought of, like the first kind of mental note I took in this movie was when he goes into the bathroom, washes his hands, pees, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
He washes
not.
before he pees.
That's not how you do it, right? That's
Well,
not
he
hygienic at all.
Keeps his hands on his hips because he cares. He cares about himself going in.
Yeah.
He cares about himself touching his own penis. He doesn't want to get his penis all gross.
No.
He doesn't care about.
But your penis is gross, and you get splattered
and
too.
it also shows like he's like a man of like
Weird
order,
Yeah.
where he's got this order of doing things. This is the correct way that it is done. I don't get my hands dirty after.
Oh, I'm not saying it's. I'm just
No,
saying
right.
in general that mind of thinking is
No,
a
it's
little
strange.
weird. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very
totally
strange.
is.
Also, it's weird just to wash your hands in general. The penis is generally my cleanest part of my body.
Yeah.
I clean it in the morning. There's 2 pieces of clothes between it and the
Yeah.
outside world at any given time.
That's true.
If anything, I should be cleaning my penis after I go to the bathroom.
That's what I do. That
Yeah.
I
Put it in the sink and just clean it off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have to lock the door to our bathroom at the
Mm-hmm.
office because I don't want anyone walking in while I'm cleaning my Johnson.
Just like scrubbing it down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she gets the guy to the Jar Jar Boinks to fall in love with her by giving him eggs.
Mm-hmm.
That guy loves eggs.
He does.
Yeah.
And she peels the hard-boiled egg the first time. No one has ever peeled a hard-boiled egg. And she just like splits it in half and the egg is there. Hard-boiled eggs don't do that.
It
Hard-boiled eggs, you
seems-
have to peel off tiny little like centimeter squares.
You have to kind of
A
crack
million
it first.
times.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like she lives pretty much on a 100% hard-boiled egg diet.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
she's
right.
probably opened up more hard-boiled eggs than anyone else ever.
She will eat key lime pie. Just take a bite
ton
of
of
it
key lime
pie.
and then have them put it in the fridge
One
because the
thing-
pie is bad.
One thing I like about this movie and Guillermo del Toro's movies in general is they feel like it feels like a fairy tale.
Oh, it's
The way
definitely a
yes.
fairy tale.
Yeah.
Like just like that fat dude with the cake.
Yep.
It's just so weird and out there, and the way the camera moves and kind of swoops around, and
Yeah.
how the characters are eccentric and funny and quirky, and they're doing songs and dances. It feels like a very dark fairy tale.
Yeah.
The lighting
Mhm.
also,
Yeah.
especially the way it's very kind of like softly lit
Mhm.
for a lot of it, and or it's like golden kind of.
Yeah.
It's very fairy tale esque.
Yeah.
And also, a lot of vibes that I was picking up was the use of so many like blues and greens
Mhm.
in conjunction with the lighting, where you have like soft lighting on your character, and then there seems to be like lots of shadows on the outside. It almost makes you feel like you're underwater in a lot of areas where you have a light on what's underwater, but what's out beyond you is kind of unknown.
The apartment especially those apartments did feel almost underwater the way they're lit. Definitely, I got a very BioShock vibe watching it. Yeah. Where if you've played BioShock, it's a city underwater and it has that same kind of greenish, bluish kind of tint to it.
How did you feel about the ending where he goes and because they kind of tease it where this. The cock lobster, he has the ability to heal people, and so it's kind of, at least I felt this way, that she's going to speak at some point in the movie. But in the end, they're being chased by bad guys, and he puts his hand on her neck where her scars are. That made her go mute, and it turns into gills.
Right.
And then they go off and presumably...
I guess I didn't see the gills.
You didn't see the gills?
No, I guess not.
That's like the biggest part of the movie.
Reveal, yeah.
I guess I missed that.
Yeah, when they're both in underwater and he runs his hand over her
I
neck.
figured she was able to breathe. I just didn't see the actual gills.
Yeah. Those scars, three on either
they
side,
open up,
turn into gills. I loved it. For one reason or another, I think that the reveal is something that I could have easily foreseen. But it leads you to believe so much that he's going to fix her voice that I completely look past the scars as potentially new gills. And even when he's like, they're underwater and he runs his hand over her neck, I'm thinking, oh, the scars are going to be gone. But like I was completely led astray and fooled, and then so the reveal I thought was pretty great for me.
Yeah, I thought the whole point is that the relationship didn't need speech though. You know, so that her speaking wouldn't really make sense.
Yeah,
you know, I guess. But yeah.
The big kind of money shot in this movie, I would say, is when they're at the table. He's eating his eggs, and then it slowly pans over to her, kind of drops to black and white as she begins to speak, and then does a song and dance number
from Young Frankenstein Dance,
basically. And then they come back out, and then the monster just is kind of like not paying attention and still eating and stuff, which I think is just kind of a really great shot and really cool moment where I kind of got a little goosebumpy at that point. But it also is kind of like, does he love her? Or is he repeating and or knows that, you know, she's the one? I think it's definitely a love story and that he does, but it is a moment that's in her head because she goes and she's been watching with Richard Jenkins all these old musicals and stuff.
Yeah, I think it adds to the whole the theme of like incompleteness, and when she's like, when he sees me, he sees me for what I am, not for what I lack. This is a big thing for her, or like in her head, she's singing and dancing with him, but that's not what he even needs from her.
Yeah.
Like that's not why he loves her, because that's not what she is. And then obviously in the end, their love for one another is shown in the big show off with Michael Shannon. So definitely a love story.
Also a little Russian conspiracy stuff where that's part of it. Is there's a Russian scientist who is told to kill the monster,
kill the beast,
but he can't because it's a beautiful creature, and so he helps them. And
they say they can. It's going to help the space race somehow.
Yeah, they're concerned about breathing in space, and because he has, I think they said that his lungs operate independently, and so you can have one where you can breathe underwater and one where you breathe. It's set in the time after they sent the monkey into space, and so it was to figure out breathing to try to help the space race.
I kind of liked how they kind of didn't really even tell where the monster was really from, or was there any other?
They said he was from the Amazon.
Yeah, but didn't go into exactly
them
what
capturing
it was.
It and stuff.
Yeah,
because that's not needed. They tell you he was worshipped by these people in the Amazon, and that's all he really needed. Because then they show you like why, because he was
a healer.
Yeah.
One of my favorite lines in the movie is Michael Shannon. He's like, "Don't worry, I still have 3 fingers: my thumb, my pointer finger, and my pussy finger."
Yeah.
And
Delivered so just like it. I could not say that and sound believable, but Michael Shannon is like, yeah, this guy really refers to one of his fingers exclusively as his pussy finger.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the fingers that's falling off, he cracks open and drains the pus.
Oh,
And then that's the pussy finger.
Lost that one.
Hey, so Spencer, this movie was great, right?
I loved this movie.
It was a great
especially
movie.
The pussy finger.
The pussy finger was great. That was, yeah.
All right, so let's rate it.
Yeah.
I have out of 8 functioning fingers, or 4 paying customers, or 15 uneaten pieces of key lime pie. What do you guys want to do?
I like the key lime pie.
Key lime pie.
All right,
Yeah.
Out of 15 pieces, uneaten pieces, partially eaten,
Partially
eaten pieces of key lime pie. Trey, what do you
I'll
give
go
Shape of Water?
14 out of 15.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was also going to give it I'll give it if I'm doing the math, I'll just give it a 14 out of 15. It was an A+ for me.
Okay. Yeah. I'll give it a 13.
Okay.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
It's I think it's pretty great, and it's kind of nice to have original-ish storytelling where
Yes.
it's a abnormal love story that you wouldn't generally find.
Yeah,
Right.
I liked it a lot. I don't think it goes on my top 5 of the year just because, again, it didn't speak to me maybe like the other 5 did, but it was a really good movie, and it's definitely one of my favorites of the year. And I would not be upset if this won like a Best Picture award or something.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Trey,
yeah.
what are your best movies?
Are we going to do the best movies, or are we going to do our funny awards first?
Let's do our awards.
Okay. We kind of did a sort of very specific awards this year.
Yes.
And I like this idea. It was fun.
2017, a year in movies. We want to make sure we honor the performances
Yes.
that deserve honoring.
Yes.
So we've created our own categories.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give them our filmies, the 64s,
The
the casties.
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll give them our casties. So, I don't know. Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
All right. The award for best bowel control in a motion picture goes to Tommy in Dunkirk. He needed to take a shit early on. Got distracted by being attacked.
Yeah.
Never shits the rest of the movie.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Much love to
maybe
Tommy.
He shat in his pants.
He could have. It was
Fantastic.
very scary.
Dude, I tell you, and the thing that makes me most anxious in war movies is when the guy is on the toilet and the bombs start dropping. That's the worst.
What
Got that
movie is that in?
Pearl Harbor. It also happened in there. Got like poop in your crack. You're like, oh shit. You got itchy butt the rest of the day. It's the worst.
Oh yeah. All right, Spencer.
My first award is the award for excellence in the field of children cussing.
Oh,
Goes to Finn Wolfhard in It.
wow. Yes.
Good job, kid.
Great
He's
job.
a great memester too on Twitter. He's a good Twitter follow. Go follow that kid.
All right.
For me, the first award for me goes to Best Fingering, Michael Fassbender in Alien Covenant.
Oh yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Oh.
Best fingering.
Best Fingering award.
Wow.
An upset over Coco.
Yes, definitely. Best suck off in a motion picture goes to Adam Driver's arm in Logan Lucky.
Good job,
It
Adam.
was unbelievable how he
Sucked right
got
off.
sucked right off.
Yeah.
My award for best fruit-related humor
Oh.
goes to the entire cast of Girls Trip.
Oh,
yeah.
For
Okay.
that pineapple
Great.
in the booty hole.
Oh, grapefruit. Oh, no,
grapefruit.
Tried it with the pineapple. I almost died, of course.
Best 9/11 joke
Oh.
goes to The Big Sick. Congratulations.
Oh, yes, of course.
Best 9/11 joke.
Big sick. Most daddies in a major motion picture goes to Daddy's Home too.
Hey!
All right,
Upsetted.
wow.
Congratulations.
Four daddies. Wow.
Yes.
My award for best Logan movie goes
Oh.
to Logan Lucky.
Wow.
Upset over Logan.
Oh, wow. That was
Wow.
tightly contested.
Wow. Best movie that I'm going to lie about seeing, The Phantom Thread.
Oh,
Congratulations.
wow.
I'm not going to see you,
Unbelievable.
but I'm going to tell Adam and Spencer I did.
Oh, yes. The most potential daddies in a motion picture goes to Father Figure.
Oh, wow.
Goodness.
Congratulations.
They're only mentioned 3, but there could be more.
Figures,
Right,
yeah.
of course.
Could be the 1985 Denver Broncos.
You never know.
My award for the most brave films of the year list goes to BBC. They were the only publication brave enough to put Paddington 2 in their top 3.
Oh, yes.
Very brave.
Wow,
Very
BBC.
brave.
Unbelievable.
My best movie with a baby driving a car goes to Boss Baby.
Oh, of course. Yes, very good.
Congratulations.
Very good.
The Boss Baby.
The most creative explanation of what you do for a living goes to the guy who CG'd out Armie Hammer's balls and Call Me By Your Name.
Congratulations.
Wow, unbelievable. Imagine
that's a feat.
explaining to your parents what it is you're actually doing out in Hollywood.
My award for the worst movie review goes to Rex Reed for his review of The Shape of Water.
Congratulations.
Yes, wow.
Writer for
Did
The
we even
Observer.
mention that on the podcast?
How are
yet?
you
we
still?
did not.
How are you still employed?
Who talked about
Written and directed by Benicio del Toro,
Oh, yeah.
misspelled, from Spain. Neither of those men are from Spain.
Yes.
Sex scene I was most turned on and creeped out by, Blade Runner. Congratulations.
Oh, yes, of course,
Congratulations,
of
Blade
course.
Runner.
Let's see. Best Christmas movie. Best Christmas movie goes to Mother. Oh, wow. The birth of baby Jesus in Mother was unbelievable.
Congratulations.
Wow.
That's a good one.
My award for most invisible performance goes to Kevin Spacey for All the Money in the World.
Oh, of course. Yes.
That's a good one. Best method of eating spaghetti goes to Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yes,
when
of
he
course.
just shovels that
Very
spaghetti
good.
in his mouth.
Very
it's
good.
amazing.
Twirl it around.
Yeah.
Do you want another?
Yeah, let's
another
go.
Killing of a Sacred Deer award. They're sweeping these
Yeah.
awards. Best threat. Bob, I will make you eat your own hair from Killing of a Sacred
Wow,
Deer.
that's a
Oh,
good
wow.
clean sweep.
Unreal.
So good.
My award for actor most hoping 2017 will end goes to Matt Damon.
Oh,
3
wow.
bombs.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Oh.
Don't talk about sexual assault, Matt
Yeah,
Damon.
what are we doing? Grabbing people's butts.
Movie you don't want to take your first date to, Mother.
Oh,
Yes,
that's yes. Very good.
Congratulations.
Best costume designer goes to Harrison Ford for the T-shirt he showed up in on set before
I
shooting
almost did
Blade
one for
Runner
that.
2049.
I almost did one for that.
Oh,
That's a good
yes.
one.
My award for thickest boy goes to Adam Driver.
Hey,
Yay,
wow,
Adam
very,
Driver.
very thick boy.
Weakest death in the world goes to the guy from Dunkirk.
Dunkirk,
Yeah,
oh.
he just gets pushed.
Oh, he
and
falls
he's dead.
down. Oh,
and it's the
so-
same actor from Killing of a Sacred
He
Deer.
comes
Yes.
back.
He comes back as a weird
as a
kid.
megalomaniac.
Oh, best breasts in a motion picture
Oh boy.
goes to the duck monster that Luke milks in The Last
Hey!
Jedi. Oh, those were some sopping titties.
Good job.
My award for that came out this year goes to Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Oh, I don't even
New
know.
Pirates
I
movie.
don't remember it. Wow.
Congratulations. Can I do a double award here?
Oh,
Can I do a double?
I
As
think
in 2 awards,
unprecedented
or-
casty.
All right. Worst CGI mustache goes to Henry Cavill in Justice League.
Oh, of course,
Congratulations. Best CGI mustache goes to Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman.
Oh,
Congratulations.
Oh, unbelievable.
You couldn't tell she had one.
No,
Yeah.
not at all. The best fantasy departure from reality in a major motion picture goes to every person wanting to fuck Vin Diesel in Triple X.
Hey,
Well,
congratulations.
Oh, wow.
Man, back-to-back awards for Vin Diesel
Oh.
because he also won the award for Best Orgy for Triple X.
Yes, of course.
Hey.
The
Some
venerable
love for Triple
best
X.
orgy. Wow.
Best comic book movie goes to Shape of Water. It was the Hellboy spinoff.
Oh, okay.
Beautiful thing.
Yeah.
The horniest chicks from the Civil War. You know it's the Beguiled.
That was our most popular episode.
Yeah, if you horny Civil War
That
chicks.
gets you a lot of views or listens.
Well, that about wraps up the Spencer Awards.
Oh,
So Trey,
wow.
I think it's back and forth between
Okay.
y'all.
I think I'm pretty much done.
Oh, really?
But you can keep
yeah,
going.
list off what you got, Trey.
All right. Best video game movie goes to Logan because it's pretty much The Last of Us.
Oh,
Hey.
all right. Yes.
Most forgettable movie goes to American Made.
Okay.
I don't
for
know.
me.
I'm remembering that book
Yeah.
every night.
Best use of Mark Hamill goes to Brigsby Bear. Congratulations.
Oh, of course.
Best inside joke goes to The Disaster Artist.
Yeah.
And best movie depicting the end of days goes to The Emoji Movie.
Oh, of course.
Congratulations.
Very good.
All right.
Very good.
That was fun.
That
I like
was
that.
fun.
We should do this every week.
I think so. Yeah.
All right. So now, moving on to our 2017 favorites.
Yes.
Yes?
Trey, you want to lead us off again?
Well, I have some honorable
No,
mentions.
you let us off. But Trey, you lead us off.
All right.
Yeah, to go with your. Should we go through any honorable mentions we have first, and then
yeah.
What are we going? Our ones, our twos, our threes, in order?
I
Are
mean,
we
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm going to do my honorable mentions right now.
All
Okay.
right.
These would probably make. Oh, I guess they're honorable mentions. They would make a top 10 list, but we're just doing 5. These are not in any order. Killing of a Sacred Deer, Logan Lucky, The Big Sick, Mother, Baby Driver, Shape of Water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
My honorable mention list goes to I, Tonya, and Logan Lucky.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got 7 honorable mentions. Either just, I mean, I guess that's maybe a little bit big because that's like
I got
a
6.
third
So
of
you're
the
good.
movies I
Yeah.
saw in theaters this year. But it was I, Tonya, Logan Lucky, Blade Runner 2049,
Okay.
It, Disaster Artist, Brigsby Bear, and Coco.
Okay. Cool.
All movies that I thought were great, but just not top 5.
Okay. Well, let's go through our list, I guess. Who wants to go first, me or?
Yeah, you go ahead and go.
Number 5, I put Dunkirk.
Dunkirk.
Yeah, Dunkirk. Number 5.
Very good.
Dunkirk.
For me, number 5 was The Big Sick.
Okay. Big Sick.
Yes.
Very cool.
I'll finish that movie. Number
it's
5
good.
for me was Lady Bird.
Okay, very cool. You need to finish Big Sick. It's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, do we talk about kind of or?
I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. Lady Bird.
We have talked about most. I would
Yeah,
imagine
we've
we've
kinda
talked about these
all of them.
movies.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
we just talked about Lady Bird.
Sure.
Great coming of age story.
Yeah.
Felt very real. Was a good for me. It was a good mix of laugh and feels.
Yes.
Dunkirk, just a expert film in sound design and tension, and it was really cool. I liked it.
Big Sick. It's just a great story, I think, and it's done really well, and it's filled with laughs.
Yeah.
It shows a side of another culture and the way people react to things that you don't generally see in movies.
That might be like number 6 or 7 if I did a top 10 list. Like that was a really good movie.
Also, Ray Romano really good in it.
Ray Romano.
So there's just a lot of things to enjoy.
Never
Big
doubt
Sick.
Ray Romano.
All right. For 4, I put Get Out.
All right.
And,
Number 4, I did Shape of Water.
Okay.
4, I also had The Shape of Water.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Top 5 list for you two. That's good.
It is.
It's a great movie.
I don't know. Maybe I had a little feeling for the love.
Oh.
I caught the
I'm
love bug
cold-hearted.
this
I'm
year.
cold. Well,
Yeah.
you two are both in relationships, and I'm a lonely person.
It
so.
really was a pretty good year for love
The
stories.
love, yeah, it was. It kind of was. Get Out, Get Out's a great science fiction / horror film with a really interesting plot and characters that weren't cliches and really interesting story and a message to talk about racism and stuff like that, and even just racism where you wouldn't think racism is, and people who are like, I vote for Obama, and that's sort of okay. You're saying that it's funny. It's
Right.
a good movie.
And as a directorial debut,
Yes.
no less.
Amazing.
Very deep movie too. It's a
Yes.
movie that you can watch multiple times, where there's a lot of thought and effort put into the script.
Mhm. And all the every
visuals.
scene, really, the visual, the use of color and outfit and wardrobe, that is, and everything. Yeah, great movie. 3.
Oh, we're doing 3 now? Okay. 3,
We just talked about Shape of Water, so
Yeah.
I think we've got our takes on Shape of Water.
Yeah. 3, I put Logan. Really cool take on Wolverine. Really cool
R.I.P.
movie in general.
Mhm.
Yeah. It reminded me of the Last of Us a lot, which is a good thing for me.
Mhm.
I really dug The Last of Us, and I really dug this. I liked the kind of the weight this movie had, the emotional weight this movie had, the kind of the grit and sort of the deterioration of Wolverine, and I really dug it. I thought it was a really cool superhero movie. I think it might be up there as one of the greatest superhero movies.
Oh,
Yeah.
For 3, I put Get Out.
Okay.
Adam, I also put Get Out for
There
my
we go.
number 3.
All right.
For the reasons we depicted earlier, where I think there's just a lot of time and care put into the movie. And for a directorial debut, I'm very excited for what Jordan Peele does moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially for someone that I expected not a lot from.
Exactly. It's one of those things where you see Jordan Peele's making a horror movie and you're like, okay. And then you'll see it anyways, but then it's one of those instances where you see the overwhelming positive critical reception, and you just
and
have
box
to
office
see it.
too. Like that's the amazing part. Is this was one of the highest grossing movies this year?
Yeah,
like that's incredible. That usually doesn't happen where it's that critical and box office success.
Yeah, and all of those things coming together to get you excited for the movie, and then it just exceeding expectations for me was awesome. I left that movie thinking this was one of this like. It's one of those movies where you see it, and it came out in like March or April.
Early on, but people are still talking about it.
And I still knew then this is going to be one of the best. Like I would have a hard time finding any like more than 2 or 3 movies better than this by the end of the year.
Well, I found 3. I'm just kidding.
Yes,
I'm just kidding.
That's why I said, which is fine. I'll allow it.
All right.
Your turn, Trey.
For 2, I put Brigsby Bear.
Oh,
I don't think I've felt this warm and fuzzy about a movie in a long time. I don't know. It struck some kind of emotional chord with me. The kind of the filmmaking aspect and going out with your friends and making a movie was really great. I really liked how you thought it was going to turn into like this very emotional movie, and it's just fun. Like it's just a very innocent, fun movie. Yeah, and I was it really touched me. I really enjoyed it.
This was one that barely did not crack my top 5.
Yeah.
I think it's a really strong, and Kyle Mooney again, another writer, his film debut for a movie that he made. I think it's really, really strong, and it definitely has an interesting point of view.
Yeah, it surprised me. A lot. I thought it was just going to be very silly, and I thought it was going to be weird and silly, and it surprised me how
the laughs for the most part were that sort of brand of that Kyle Mooney brand of humor, but the overall message you get is not just weird. It's a real message.
It is,
which is awesome.
And maybe just something is being a guy who wants to make movies and short films and likes to work with my friends, and I think it was a very. I hate to say important, but it definitely touched me in a way.
Yeah, and it's one of the movies where like that type of story you could easily make all of the people he's meeting, those kids he's meeting, just like assholes and like you're weird. So it's cool to see the scenario where they're all awesome.
Yeah,
like, let's do this.
Yeah. This guy's kind of wacky, but
let's do it.
Let's go with it because
this
is interesting.
Yeah.
My number 2 is Dunkirk.
Okay.
All right, we're different. Then my number 2 is Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Okay. Wow. I bet that's your number 1, right?
That is my number.
I don't
1.
mean to spoil that.
It's okay. But Dunkirk, I feel all the movies, what's going to stick around for me this year, as far as any kind of segment, I think Tom Hardy's plotline in Dunkirk is as much of kind of like a gripping moment as anything that I've seen this year, where he's running out of gas and it looks gorgeous.
Yeah, it's insane.
The shot at the end where the Spitfire is burning behind him and from just bombs going down the beach and everything. I think it looks fantastic, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'll save. Spoiler: Dunkirk's my number 1, so I'll save my takes on Dunkirk until then. My number 2 time being is I already said it. Killing of a Sacred Deer. I loved this movie. I really liked The Lobster for the kind of that was my introduction to Yorgo, and I loved it. I love his dialogue and his sense of humor. It's just it's the best dark comedy I've maybe ever seen. Awesome story, incredible performances. Somehow mixing fear and suspense and drama and you're still laughing. It was fantastic, and also a ton of I think probably rewatchability.
I think I need to watch that a second time.
Yeah,
I it's in my top 10 list 100%, but I feel like I would benefit from maybe watching it again. I thought it was really good. I just didn't know what I was getting into at first. And then after a while, I'm like, okay, I see where it's going, and I like it more.
I think it's just a style that is like, it's not going to be everybody's favorite movie, but it's one of those things where it's a style where if that is something you like, you're going to really like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And like I said, I saw The Lobster and I really liked it, and I feel like he made The Lobster and then made this and kind of took what he was doing with The Lobster as far as, you know, tone and story, and just made it so tight. Then
Yeah. All right, number
Trey?
one.
Number one.
Yeah.
I put. I'm trying to think of a funny answer. I can't think of anything. I put Blade Runner 2049. 2049.
Okay.
Yeah. Incredible. Incredible art direction. Incredible music. Incredible style. Again, I think it's just because I think even more now, I'm very drawn to science fiction a lot more, especially that cyberpunk aesthetic. Yeah, it was incredible and really kind of a cool sequel to a movie that's 40 years old.
Yeah.
I thought it did that very well. I thought there were some really cool scenes, especially in Vegas. That could have been another award, Best Vegas. Best Space Vegas. But no, it was just it looked incredible. The story was great. I thought Gosling's character was really interesting. It wasn't like he was very conflicted. It was very conflicted. He wasn't a good person or a good because he was not necessarily a bad person, but a very off person. Not someone you would think is a hero. Not someone you usually imagine Ryan Gosling playing. He's a very handsome, very a ladies' man, and he's dating a artificial intelligent thing, and he's very it's an interesting character. I like people who can play not their part sometimes, and I thought that was really it was well done. Harrison Ford in it was all right. He wore that T-shirt. I thought it was just a beautiful looking movie. I thought it was incredible.
I think looks wise, it's probably I would say it's probably the best looking movie
Right, I think
of the year.
I think it'll be between, as far as like visual effects and like art direction, it will be that, and then probably
Shape of
Dunkirk.
Water. Shape of Water's up there
Shape of
too,
Water
yeah.
for
It
art
looks great.
direction and stuff. But as far as like visual effects, insane. Insane amounts of skill.
Did you guys not like Logan?
I thought it was fine.
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was. I thought it was good.
I mean, I picked Logan Lucky over Logan.
You did.
For
Yeah,
Logan
I
of the
saw
year.
that. Yeah.
I think it was probably the best superhero movie of the year.
Yeah.
Which is not necessarily a super high bar.
No.
It's insane that you can even have a category.
I think it's up there with The Dark Knight as best superhero movie.
See, I would not put it.
I wouldn't put it in that category.
I think The Dark Knight is fantastic.
I think it's okay.
insane.
Well, but I don't think there's a lot of good superhero movies though in general.
Yes,
I would agree.
So I think for that high bar, I think Dark Knight is here and Logan is here, but
he's
below
putting
that there's a lot more below that.
He has his hands in kind of a stack.
Kind of different ways, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's a long gap between Logan and The Dark Knight, but I think there's even a longer gap between Logan and like Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My number one was Killing of a Sacred Deer.
Yeah.
I said it after I watched it that it was my favorite movie of the year. I love Yorgos' Stilted Thing. I love what Colin Farrell and Nicole Kidman brought to it.
Yeah.
Which was super great. I mean, it's just going to be echoing a lot of the stuff Spencer says. You're just not going to see movies like that, and I like movies that are like iffy and weird and not afraid to be out there a little bit. And this is a very out there movie, and I get that it's not going to be for everyone. I really enjoyed The Lobster. I feel like the story is tighter, and you don't really need to explain a whole lot in it. And I know that turns some people off, but I loved it.
I think once he kind of laid out what's going on, I liked it like maybe like 80% more.
Right.
Because I feel like, okay, this is getting interesting. Well, it was interesting before, but it was like I kind of realized, okay, so this is just a game. This is what's going on, and I'm kind of digging this now. Like there's these stakes now, in the story, and okay, this is not some like weird thing. This is well, it is weird, but like it's like I kind of was more on board with it because at first I didn't know if it was like a thing with the mom or I just didn't know where it was like headed, and then it was like, oh, okay, it's just supposed to be some weird Greek mythology thing. Yeah.
Dunkirk, best movie of the year. I thought everything about it was awesome. One, getting a World War II movie that's not about like D-Day or the American side or the Holocaust.
Yeah.
Getting like a different story from a part of a war that we've learned so much about was really neat. The fact that I watched it 2 days in a row, not necessarily by choice, but I did, and I didn't realize that it was Harry Styles was his character.
Either, yeah.
I knew he was in the movie, but I was so into the movie that I was not looking for Harry Styles,
right?
And it didn't like jump out at me. Like the characters were all insanely believable. The use of music to build the suspense, and also it's a Christopher Nolan movie, so you like 9 times out of 10 there's going to be something funky with like what's the word I'm looking for?
Time.
The use of time and how the timing and how the story is told was so cool to show. Like, this is 3 threads going through the same time. They go over like just I don't know. I think if you've seen it, you know how it works. I thought that was really an interesting way to tell a story. So
I got it on Blu-ray. Just we were talking to you. So I can't wait to kind of watch that maybe with some audio commentary or special features,
Yeah, for sure. 2017, pretty good year.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent year. I think maybe 2014 might be my favorite in a while because that had a bunch of things like Nightcrawler, I think 2014, and
2014 was a good year.
Birdman came out 2014, right? Whiplash. Now.
Yep.
And then I know Gone Girl came out that year. I think that year might be my favorite in a while, but this year was pretty strong.
Yeah, I think once we all either watch or pretend to watch like Phantom Thread and The Post, and
I
see
will
the
see
rest
it. I just thought that would be a funny award.
No, right.
It seems like a movie I would be like, totally.
That was a good award.
Right.
I think once we wrap the year up, I think it might be fun to rank we could maybe rank within the last decade or so
the years,
or maybe just we could decide the range, but
we could
rank our best years for movies. It would be impossible to go back to the
if you Google best or movies in a year, it will give you like the top movies. You can kind of scroll down, see about like 40 movies that released that year.
Right.
You could do that.
Do you know how many movies you watched this year in theaters?
Oh, in theaters.
Well,
yes.
in general as
Let me do theaters here. I don't know. Okay, so I made a rough list of the movies I watched in general, and I was able to do that just because I took notes for those video game film school videos, and those were a lot of the. I don't know the exact number, and thank you for reminding me because I want to talk about after this. I want to talk about the thing I want to do for next year.
Okay.
So in theaters, I did It, Wonder Woman, Dunkirk, Blade Runner, Thor, Baby Driver, Wind River, Logan, Killing of a Sacred Deer, War for the Planet of the Apes, Detroit, Mother, Get Out, Guardians of the Galaxy, Alien Covenant, Logan Lucky, Kong. Oh no, wait. No. Kong Skull Island. These aren't all in theaters, I guess.
Yeah, rough estimate.
Big Sick, Brigsby Bear, American Made, Disaster Artist, Star Wars, and Shape of Water. So I guess that's 23 movies this year.
I would imagine you saw more than that in theaters. There's no way I saw more than you if you've been doing the movie podcast the whole time.
23 is about it.
I mean, if he's seeing movies for the podcast, I would say that's probably about right.
Yeah.
I saw 40. I think I'm at 43 now
in theaters
this year.
Okay.
I think I'm at about 30 in theaters.
Okay.
For the year. But now I got that Movie Pass.
Yeah.
This message brought to you by Movie Pass. I plan on seeing even more.
I'll just show you kind of like here's like the list of the movies I saw this year from like other years.
Yeah, I would say you have Letterboxd, right?
Letterboxd? No.
Have you heard? So Letterboxd,
oh, yeah.
Letter BOXD.
Mm-hmm.
They have all their movies sorted by year. So I would imagine there might even be some that you missed
probably
on there.
I do have Letterboxd. Yeah,
tool.
I should do that more. Okay, I want to kind of give you guys. This is my top 10 movies that I saw this year that didn't come out this year.
Okay.
No, I'll do it from I guess 10 to 1.
10 to 1.
10, All the President's Men. Great, movie, historical movie. The Thing, finally saw that. The Thing is great. Bronson, you showed me. That was her second episode.
Hell yeah.
And that was incredible.
Yeah.
That was it's a modern day Clockwork Orange, pretty much, and Adam just almost dropped his cookie.
But I didn't.
Yeah. Face Off. That's number 6. Face Off. Actually, I'll put these three together.
Criminally low.
Let me put these three together. Face Off, The Rock, and Commando is the fucking holy trinity of 80s movies.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Those are fucking amazing movies. If you've not seen Face Off, The Rock, or Commando, go watch Face Off, The Rock, and Commando.
The first 20 minutes of Face Off are a complete action movie.
The fucking best. Just, those are amazing works of art.
Yes.
Okay?
All right, let's keep it going.
All right. Then Birdman, Whiplash. Those kind of go together. Birdman and Whiplash are great. Then Aliens. I finally saw Aliens, and that's amazing. And then my number 1 is Akira. We talked about Akira.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's a good list.
Thank you.
All right, so we got Twitter questions?
We do have Twitter questions. We got a bunch. And then we'll talk about sort of what I want to do next year as far as not really a bet, but, thing I want to do. A contest,
goal.
Maybe a goal contest.
Oh, you're going to contestize it, gamify it.
Let me see here. I'm
I think
trying
we got
to find
quite a bit of Titter questions.
Titter. Okay. So Danny Hernandez asks, are Baby Driver and Get Out really great, or is it their director's vision that makes people rate them high?
I think that Baby Driver is a lot more style over substance.
Yeah.
Yes.
As far as in comparison to Get Out, which I think is an incredibly substantive movie.
Yeah.
With style. So
Yes,
that's a twofer.
with style on top of it.
Mhm.
So yeah, I don't know. That's what I would
No,
say.
I 100% agree with what you just said.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's that. Krista Fields asks, hey, Super FilmsCast 64.
Hey, Chris.
Why are family gatherings just the worst?
They're not. I hate to be a no person, but family gatherings are great.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Sometimes when the whole family gets together, you start to see why your family is maybe not everything. Like, you have to hang out with your family.
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily want to. Maybe your brother sees a preview for the Post and is like, oh, is that the creation of the most corrupt newspaper of all time?
Good.
Are you and your brother? Cool. Do you and your brothers butt heads politically?
I don't butt heads, but
I
definitely listen and just keep a little checklist in my head.
Do you have a brother? You have a brother, Spencer, right?
Yeah, I've got an older brother.
Do you have a sister, brother? Just one brother?
Just the one bro.
And you have a brother and sister.
Correct.
Okay. We need to bring up sibling talk on this show.
Yeah.
I wonder the dynamics between you.
We can do a best siblings movie.
Is your brother a lot different than you are?
We are similar and different at the same time. But if you're asking, like, would my brother watch the trailer for the Post and see that as a opportunity to comment on
I guess,
WAPO being corrupt, he would not.
I guess more of I have my best friend Hayden.
Hayden Christensen?
No, not at all.
Best friend.
I wouldn't call him conservative, but he's not conservative at all. But he's more buttoned up. Not politically, I mean. Yeah. He's more like buttoned up, kind of more preppy looking. His brother is lives in Austin. He's got long hair. He wears sandals, wears pot leaf T-shirts.
Cool.
Like, certain
so
things.
His brother fucking rules.
Dude, his brother is fucking awesome.
Bad, not good.
Thing is, and it's kind of what you said. Like, they're very similar. Like, they're very nice guys. They're very sweet guys. Like, they're just friendly as hell.
Yeah.
But certain things
Marley
are very
Fest.
different. Yeah. Certain things are very different.
This was Super LibsCast 64. Thanks for listening.
Yeah. So I don't know. Is that sort of how it is with your brother at all, or is it more?
There's just most of the time things are fine, but then every once in a while things will leak out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll disagree about whether Michael Brown was justified in being shot because he stole something.
You're right. I think Adam and I are similar in that I've got family that are very conservative, and they'll say something that I would disagree with. But Adam and I are probably the same in that we're not the type of person that's gonna just keep cut ourselves off from our family because we
100%.
disagree.
Yeah, I've never
even if the other side is so wrong.
I've never been in that camp where I'm gonna just disassociate, because if you start doing that, you're not gonna have many friends.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the question, Chris.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Chris. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up anything too serious. I was just wondering. I guess I just never really talked to you guys about that, so maybe that's an off podcast conversation. I apologize.
We could get into a little deeper here.
All right. Chris the Field says, also, my new favorite film I watched this year was the first half of Baby Driver. That's what he said. That's
Happy for you.
Comment. Perry Dactyl asks, Trey, have you checked out Red Letter Media yet? I've not. Have you guys?
I'm a big Red Letter Media. If you guys don't know what they are, they're the guys who did the 90-minute reviews of the prequels.
You always tell me to watch that, yes.
And then they have really good movie reviews. Half in the Bag is what it's called.
Okay.
And they'll go and they'll do certain movies. It is generally a bitchy podcast.
Sure.
Where it's not what they don't generally like anything, it seems. But I enjoy it, and a lot of times they bring up a lot of good stuff.
Sometimes you need the negative. Like I subscribe to this one channel. I don't watch them that much because sometimes it gets a bit much, but it's Zero Punctuation, and it's like video game reviews, and they're very short, they're funny, it's like a cartoon almost, but the guy hates everything. Even the stuff he likes, he hates it. So it's funny because there's some good criticism, and it kind of makes you think, like, why do I like this? But, it can get too much at times, but sometimes it's good.
Yeah.
Let me see here. Thanks, Perry. Perry's a good dude. Perry's one of my buddies. He does YouTube videos, and he does a really good job.
What's his channel called?
Perry Dactyl Show. Perry Dactyl Show. And it's Perry Dactyl, like pterodactyl, Dactyl Show. Go check him out. He's helped me out with a lot of... Actually, he for most of my video game film school stuff, he reviews the script and helps me out a lot. So
cool.
He's a really good dude. Go check him out. And he follows you, I know, Adam. And he's a fan of the podcast.
Great.
Yeah. Perry also says... let me see what it says. What do y'all think about Gremlins? Do you think there's a third movie in the works?
I think he says, did you know there's a third movie in the works?
Oh, did you know? Oh, I guess you say, yeah. Did you know there's a third movie in the works? And they say they will still use puppets and shit.
Good.
Cool.
Gremlins, definitely Christmas movie.
Yeah.
Definitely a good Christmas movie.
Yes.
Fun type of movie that, would only have been made in the 80s.
Yeah.
But I will sign up and watch the third one if it comes to fruition.
Okay. Adam?
I enjoy the original Gremlins movies. I don't necessarily agree with rebooting it.
No, I don't either.
Yeah.
But
I'll see it. I don't necessarily think it's the best idea, but I'll see it.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever.
I
go for it.
Probably wouldn't see it. But if it got good reviews, I would.
Yeah.
I don't think it will.
No. Bits Are Fun asks, why not say Chase was because initial space battle destroyed all First Order fighters? Why not say Chase was because initial space battle destroyed all First Order fighters? Why not say hyperspace tracking was Kylo's force link to his mom? Wouldn't hyperspace ships attack given everyone a Death Star? Wouldn't hyperspace ship attacks give everyone a Death Star? Why not portray Kylo as having planned to off Snoke from the start?
Okay, kind of going backwards. Having Kylo want to kill Snoke from the start, I mean, the point of that was to kind of be surprising.
Yeah.
If he was like, Snoke, the second you turn your back, I'm going to get you. Instead, he says, I kill the enemy, your real enemy.
Boo.
That is right in front of you. You will turn on the lightsaber and kill your real enemy.
Yeah, it's very on the nose.
But, I mean, it's... Where it gives it away, but it's kind of... It would be dumb to have him...
Yes, plan that.
Actively plan it. As far as... So the next one was... doesn't it give everyone a Death Star?
Wouldn't hyperspace ship attacks give everyone a Death Star?
Which is kind of dumb that, they'd have shields and then kamikaze becomes very effective. Mm-hmm. But a Death Star is about destroying planets.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
ships.
destroying ships, so it wouldn't give everyone a Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
But also, it's kind of like things can be cool in movies and have big effects on what it means for the world, but sometimes you just have to overlook that and be like, it's a movie. Come on.
Yeah. Why not say hyperspace tracking was Kylo's force link to his mom?
That's fine, but then you wouldn't have Finn and Rose go on their little adventure.
Yeah.
Because then they would never be able to escape ever.
Gotta have that Finn and Rose storyline. So.
You need it.
You need that. Why not say Chase was because initial space battle destroyed all First Order fighters?
So
I
think that's because the fighters go, and when they blow up Leia and then Superman flies back.
Yeah.
Like the destroyer is chasing the rebel fleet, but the little TIE fighters are able to go in there and still able to fuck stuff up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't really... Yeah, if they would have destroyed all the fighters in it, then I guess that makes more sense and is probably a good idea.
Yeah.
So Megan, that's TC's wife from Megan's Movie Podcasts,
hey.
she says, waiting for my invite. And it's the dude, he's like, I'm waiting.
All right.
And so, yeah, you are
Megan,
invited.
Open door
Invitation.
Yeah.
To come on our podcast.
I listened to their Star Wars episode.
Oh, yeah? You like that?
They had a big old Star Wars
They
fanboy on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What variety was he as far as his perception of TLJ?
He was incredibly pro.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I think people are either pro or... I think I'm more middling than you are.
Right.
I think people are very, very pro or very against.
There's
for the most part, yeah.
I'm more positive than you are, but
Yeah,
I'm
right.
less positive than some of the
Most
more
people in general?
Yeah.
the rejoinder sidebar. We one time on the TV show I used to work on. Part of the thing is we had our anchors give their opinions on stories and stuff, and so we were trying out a bunch of anchors. And one of the guys that we brought in every time is just like, well, people are either going to love it, hate it, or be somewhere in the middle for every story. And it's like, no shit, dude.
Yeah.
Hot take.
That's a hot take.
Yeah.
I kind of saw where I was going there with that, so I caught myself.
Yeah, you did.
People are going to be on this end,
Or
this end,
or
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'd say most people are in the middle.
Most people. You just hear the loud ones.
Yes.
Let me see here. Any more Twitter questions?
Gotta be.
No. Okay. I'm getting stuff mixed up from Normathon crap. Okay. Peridactyl also asks, how was that monster ass? Probably referring to Shape of Water. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a pretty firm ass.
Yeah.
You know he's doing underwater
Lunges and
push-ups
stuff.
and
Yeah,
stuff.
He's
Totally.
doing the squats. Never skips leg day.
No.
Nope.
No.
I mean, when you're constantly swimming.
When you're an Amazon god, you can't skip leg day.
Nope.
Krista Fields asks, hey guys, I want to get out of bed, but it's too comfy. What do I do?
Stay in bed.
Stay in bed forever.
Be like Charlie Bucket's grandparents and just live your life in bed.
Yes.
Yep. Just make sure you roll over, change positions every once in a while, or else you'll get bed sores.
Yes. And you'll get stuck.
Spencer, how would you feel if your parents and Lexi's parents just started sleeping in a bed, sleeping in the same bed together, where your parents' feet face one way and then their feet face the other way, and then they never leave the bed?
Important question. Is this... I have a stepmom.
Your dad and Jackie.
So my mom is left out? Then no way. I don't want my mom to feel excluded from anything.
Okay. What if there's a bunk bed and your mom's on
She's on
top?
the top.
Sure. I would
Okay,
be for
cool.
it.
All right, cool.
Okay.
Do I have to
won't-
change
I
them
won't
sheets?
ask anything, yeah.
Did they ever wash those sheets?
No.
This is just them just sitting
That
on
is
a...
so weird.
on
Dude, they farted into
That
them
is
sheets.
just weird.
That mattress
is a weird overlook. It's like,
They
and
never-
it's not like, oh, that tunnel scene was weird. It's like, that is fucked up.
You can change the top sheet, but
That's
that,
odd.
Imagine them, all the sheets off, just
Yeah.
on the bare mattress, but they refuse to get off the bed.
just
Yeah.
drag it underneath us.
Jeez. We need to review that movie.
Sure, we can review both of them.
Yeah, we could. I do have a funny bet story, though.
And then we can review BFG. It's the same writer.
Yeah, let's not
Gotta
do that.
watch BFG.
Jay Cranfield says, "Hope you get the whole." Oh, never mind. That's about Normathon shit. I'm sorry.
I think we're out of Twitter.
It's okay. We can what's your idea for next year?
Yeah.
All right. So next year, I've told you this before. What I used to do is I would do 100 movies in a year. I would try to watch 100 movies in 1 year, and it has to be movies you've never seen before.
Okay.
So you can it could be a new release, it could be something you've never seen before that came out a long time ago, whatever. But 100 new movies in a year, and I wanted us to all try and do it. And I'm thinking maybe we could have a winner based on whoever. Now, if we don't all get to 100, I thought about whoever gets to 100 first, but then I thought maybe whoever gets the most, because I don't want to totally wear everyone out.
Okay.
But
winner is the
Jan 1.
Starting January 1st
Okay.
till December 31st.
And so what's the gatekeeping we're going to do here?
I think we should all Letterbox, right? Maybe we all keep a list on Letterbox and we have that public.
But it's just a matter of you say you watch this, you didn't fall asleep.
You did not fall asleep through most of it. You can recount the whole movie. You have to give a review of it. Okay?
I have to review 100 movies?
Like you
in
have
depth,
to no,
or
not in depth.
Give my take.
Give your take, like what we do. What you've been watching. You say, "Oh, I watched Silence of the Lambs." Let's say you haven't seen Silence of the Lambs. I watched that, and it was a good movie. And you gave a review of it, as far as it was good. I enjoyed this.
On Letterboxd, you can make lists and have little blurbs. So how about you see the movie, rate it, give your favorite scene, and that might be the
favorite scene.
Favorite scene might be how you can say that you actually watched it.
Okay, I like that.
Works for me.
We can do our list. Okay,
what's the winner get?
I think the loser should be punishment.
Okay, so we're just being Schadenfreude about it.
Yeah.
Taking joy in others' demise.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, it's more fun for the listener probably, right?
Yeah, for sure. No one wants to know oh, cool, Spencer got $20 for watching 205 movies.
Oh, we could put money on it. We could put money on this.
I don't believe in myself to be able to watch more movies.
Okay. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
So I will not put money on
it.
All
right. Adam, you want to put money on it?
I would think it's better to have a humiliating bet payoff.
Yeah, I do too. And what should the humiliating bet payoff be?
You have to watch 100 bad movies.
Ooh.
You watch 101 Dalmatians,
or you
101 times,
or every season of Doctor Who.
The loser has to watch all of the movies again.
Jeez. Or you have to watch Holy Mountain and give a 3-page review of that.
Yeah, let's all.
Have you ever seen Holy Mountain?
Have not.
It's I couldn't tell you it's bad because I didn't know what the fuck was going on for 15 minutes before I turned it off. It's an acid trip. It is so weird.
Let's all go back to our dorms and just think about what good punishment could be, and by Jan 1 we will
go back to
know.
our dorms. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all in college.
Yeah.
We're all 22-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great.
Anyway, that was the podcast.
What a year, guys.
What a year. What a year it's been.
Yes.
I can't wait for 2018. Thank you for doing this all year. It's been fun.
We do it for you.
I'm sorry?
We're talking to the fans. We do it for you.
We do it for you, the fans.
Do it for the fans.
We do it for the fans. Thank you for sticking with us for all these months. And, man, we'll have our 1-year anniversary coming up pretty soon of the podcast.
Yeah.
Next year, I think actually it might be in June or July.
Yeah, it's
not coming
halfway
up
through the year.
It seems like it's been a whole year. It seems like it's not in a bad
aged
way.
Me horribly.
Not in a horrible way. I'm I feel like this is comfortable. It doesn't feel. It feels like we've been doing it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really enjoyed doing it with you guys. The podcast, that is.
I enjoy doing you too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's been great. Thank you guys for it's been a great year. Give us any kind of suggestions you want. Please rate us on iTunes and tell us what you think.
We got to watch 150 movies next year.
We
if
do.
We stand a chance. So any movie suggestions?
Please send us suggestions for movies to watch and review. We will do that. And maybe we'll do next episode. We'll probably do what we're looking forward to this coming year.
All right.
Because we're always looking ahead. And that's the podcast. Thank you.
Bye.